Meron. Tsaka meron yung iba, may nuts. I think yung isa dyan may wasabi. Okay, here goes. I'm going to give you various definitions, but they're actually, it's one pie. It's one pie with various perspectives, no? So, sometimes we're looking from the top, sometimes we're looking from the bottom, sometimes we're looking at the sides. So, it's one whole, but with many different dimensions. Okay? Can somebody read aloud what's on the board? Ma'am, ikaw na po.
Differentiated instruction refers to a systematic approach to planning curriculum and instruction for academically diverse learners. It is a way of thinking about the classroom with the dual goals of honoring each student's learning needs and maximizing each student's learning capacity.
If I were to ask you, what are the key words in this definition? Okay, I'm overwhelmed by the response. Okay, so when you're working on definitions with your classes, okay, pick out the keywords. Pick out the keywords. Because when you assess later, okay, you don't always have to have an essay question to test a higher order skill. Sometimes you can have a brief constructed response, and even if the grammar is flawed, if you can see or can get the key ideas, if they're there in the brief constructed response, then you give credit to that particular student for knowing that particular point. Okay? Because tayo, sanay tayo, and myself included, no? I ask a question, answerable in 3 paragraphs, and then ako, as a new teacher, hindi ko mapakawalan yung sagot pag essay na hindi ko kinorek. So, gagraduate na yung bata, hindi pa ako natatapos mag-correct. Kasi hindi ko talaga mapakawalan. Of course, later on, I was to find out, meron palang brief constructed response, BCR. Okay? BCR, 1 to 3 statements, but they have to capture all the key elements in the explanation or in the definition. Okay? Another one, sir?
A fuller definition of differentiated instruction is that a teacher proactively plans varied approaches to what students need to learn, how they will learn it, and or how they will express what they have learned in order to increase the likelihood that each student will learn as much as he or she can as efficiently as possible.
Embedded in this definition is the rationale for why we do differentiation. So what is it? Why are we doing differentiation? Why does the chocolate have to be dark or white? Why does it have to have walnuts and almonds versus crunch? What is the goal? It's embedded here. To increase the likelihood that each student will learn as much as he or she can as efficiently as possible. What is likely to happen if you do not differentiate? You make them go through a one-size-fits-all instructional plan. And what happens? Those who can hack it, go through. Those who do not, disengage. Okay? Okay. Here are other definitions. Ma'am? Let's read the definitions.
other definitions of differentiated instruction. Differentiated instruction is a teaching philosophy based on the premise that teachers should adapt instruction to student differences. Rather than marching students through the curriculum, lockstep, teachers should modify their instruction to meet students' varying readiness levels, learning preferences, and interests. Therefore, the teacher proactively plans a variety of ways to get at and express learning.
In the second definition, embedded are some of the elements of differentiation. What are these? How do we differentiate? On what basis do we differentiate? Have you found this? Second definition. What are the varying readiness levels, learning preferences, and interests? Okay, let's continue. Okay. Do you do differentiation willy-nilly? Honky-dory? Basta na lang? Bahala na kung anong mangyari? Okay? When you don't plan, you plan to fail. Okay? So that's really my favorite. Although I must say that even as you plan, you still acknowledge that there is someone out there who's directing everything. Okay? Kasi we can so overplan and think that I've planned it to the minute, then everything must go okay. Hindi. Okay? Sabi nga, lean not on your own understanding. Even as you use all of the competencies, all of the gifts that the Lord has given you, know where you're standing on, not on your own wisdom, but so you have to plan. It will not happen by itself. Okay, so one way of doing definition is to ask students what makes it so and what it is not. Okay? So, differentiation is knowing the learner. How do we know the learner? Through assessment. Very good. And once you have known through assessment, what do? We adjust, we compact, we group. What do we do in the classroom? We create a climate for learning. How do we do it? Through multiple paths to learning. What is the way by which we differentiate instructional strategies for student success? Now, differentiation is not hard versus easy. Okay? Oh, this group, very hard. This group, medium. This group, very easy. Makes no sense, huh? One size fits all. And the statement that we made earlier, that's your responsibility. You have to get engaged. You have to connect to the lesson. If you don't connect, it's because you're either lazy, unmotivated, ano pa? Ano pa yung mga traditional kasi medyo medyo informed and enlightened na yung, merong konting disability. Nag-i-struggle because of, okay? So, this, if there's anything that you need to remember in this presentation, it is this frame. This just about summarizes the way we can explain differentiated instruction to our teachers. Because in the end, really, it's the teachers who must know how to differentiate. Because they're the ones in the classroom. Sa military, anong tawag doon? Sino ba talaga yung nakikilaban versus those na nag-o-order na lumaban? Diba? Okay. So, differentiation of instruction is a teacher's response to learner needs, guided by general principles of differentiation. And what are these principles of differentiation? Respectful tasks. Hindi, ito na lang ang gawin mo kasi mabagal ka para hindi na lang ma-delay ang buong class. Ito na lang. Ha? That's not respectful. That's consigning somebody to not meeting the standards. Okay? Flexible groupings. Hindi yung, lahat yung mga matatalino dito sa grupong ito para madali kayo makapag-progress. Lahat yung mga readers dito sa grupo na to para mabasa nyo kaagad yung assigned text. Okay? Continual assessment. Assessment in differentiated instruction has to be seen as a continuum. May pre-assessment, may during instruction assessment, may post-instruction assessment, and so on and so forth. Okay? Teachers can differentiate through content, yung laman, yung proseso, kung paano mo itinuturo, inputs, at sa produkto. Okay? Which is the output. How do you assess students for differentiation? You look at their readiness, the things that they bring to your class, no matter what grade level. Even kindergarten students come to our classrooms with some ideas in mind. And the more we connect to that body of knowledge which they bring with them to us, the better are our chances for making learning successful. Interests, okay? Interest and learning profile, okay? Learning profile is another term for preferred learning modalities, okay? Many people are familiar with multiple intelligences, so learning profile is related to learning intelligences and the preferred modality of students to learn. Okay? Here are some of the general principles of differentiation. If you know this, you will know what to do. Okay? Because the strategies, the specific, discrete strategies can be researched, it can be read, it can be discussed. Okay? Students differ in experience, readiness, interest, intelligences, language, culture, gender, and mode of learning. Okay? Ang dami-dami talaga. And when we talk about differentiated instruction is really part of an even bigger concern, which is inclusive education. Subset lang ito. Okay? Now we have special ed. We segregate some learners whom we have judged as not being able to perform in a regular classroom. Okay? But even in SPED, the ultimate goal is to mainstream them. Because sa totoong buhay, hindi naman dapat, yung mga mahihina ang pandinig, iba mundo niyan. Okay? Hindi ba kahit na nga mahihina ang pandinig, ay tinuturo ang magsalita para they can be part of the mainstream. And the more enlightened employers now even require that a certain percentage of the workforce are for those with disabilities but can perform the work required from a particular position. So it doesn't matter that you have a wheelchair. Okay? What is important is that the employers have ramps so that if you have a wheelchair and can perform the function, all things being equal, you can go to work. Okay? Teachers must meet each student at his starting point. What is at his starting point? That's the level of readiness. Teachers who ignore differences, ano mangyayari? there will be a lot of students who will fall into the cracks. Teachers have to make modifications. Okay? Ikaw ang gagawa ng modification, hindi yung mga bata. Teachers should always keep in mind that human brains learn best when the curriculum is interesting and highly relevant. Kasalanan nyo ba kung hindi interesting yung curriculum? Kasalanan nyo ba? Hindi interesting eh. Kasalanan nyo ba? O hindi nyo kasalanan pero obligasyon nyo to make it interesting. Ha? At relevant. O, sino mga math teachers dito? Okay, very good. Nasagot na ba yung tanong na aanhin ko ang algebra? Nasagot na ba yan? Matagal na tinatanong yan. Bakit ko pag-aaralan ito? Bakit si Uncle ganito? Ang yaman-yaman. Pero hindi naman nakapasa yan sa algebra nung araw. Ako wala akong sagot doon, ha? Wala akong sagot doon. So, might as well. Oh. We talked a while ago about the importance of planning. The teacher must be clear what matters in subject matter. Okay? Hindi pwede kung ano-ano ang ituturo at hindi pwedeng, ay, ito interesting. O ito, tuwang-tuwa ang mga bata dito, ay, ito, taon-taon ginagawa namin ito. Pag tinanong, bakit kailangan yan? Nasa standards pa yan. Nandiyan ba yung enduring understanding? Wala. Pero taon-taon ginagawa namin ito kasi inaasahan niya ng mga bata. Has nothing to do with learning at all. Ha? The teacher understands, appreciates, and builds upon student differences. Assessment and instruction are inseparable. And then the teacher adjusts content, process, and product in response to student readiness, interest, and learning profile. Okay? Just get keywords. That's why we gave you the note outline, no? Because eventually, you're going to get a copy of this. Okay? Students participate in respectful work. Okay? I hope the day or the time when students who didn't measure up too much in the scale of intelligence, verbal and linguistic, were relegated to menial. Oh, ito project natin. Because hindi mo kaya to, wala kang perang pabili nito, ikaw na lang maglinis ng classroom habang nagdi-discussion, diba? I hope that time is gone forever. Okay? So, a lot of the other principles are different ways of restating an earlier principle that we have already mentioned. Okay. Let's now focus on what it means to meet individual needs. Look at the first picture. Task is too difficult. What happens? Task is too difficult. Give up. Disengage. After 2 or 3 tries, ay, hindi ko talaga kaya. Sasara na yung libro, matutulog na. Okay? Disengage. Look at the third example. Task is too easy. Ano nangyayari? Boring. Anong mangyayari? Disengage. Ano yung nasa gitna? Zone of proximal development. O yung mga teacher training institutions, they're very used to Vygotsky. What is the zone of proximal development? Yan. Zone of proximal development suggests that learning occurs when there is an appropriate level of challenge. So, mahirap-hirap, pero there is support to learn the task. Okay? That means the student or the learner cannot do the task independently or by himself. And he knows that. Pero alam niya kung saan o kanino kukuha ng tulong or ng scaffold. Yan! Diyan tayo dapat nandun. Okay? Diyan, sa zone of proximal development. Just get the keywords, because I'll have to go from one slide to the other. So, dapat, yung lifeline, yung call a friend, reachable yon, Kasi kung hindi mo rin naman ma-access, para ano? Para ano na alam mo, there's help there, but if you cannot reach it, okay, then you're still not in the zone of proximal development, okay? Recall the time as a graduate student or as a baccalaureate student when you were bored, inattentive, or distracted. Was this because it was very difficult or very easy? In either case, you were not in your zone. Sino ang PE dito? Yan. Pakipaliwanag nga sa amin na hindi marunong sa PE. Pag sinabing, he's playing in his zone. Ano ibig sabihin nun? He's playing in his zone. Yun! Nandun ka sa between those two tension wires, no? Difficult, but eto yung scaffold, eto yung source of assistance. You know how to reach it, and you know how to get the help from that source. Tuturuan nyo, as teacher trainers, tuturuan nyo inyong mga teachers how to differentiate. So, you have to plan. Okay? So, sa pagpaplano, 3 things to be considered: readiness, interest, and learning styles. Now, yung naka-hyperlink dito is a checklist. Okay? Don't attempt to copy it now. No? I'll just let you know, there is a checklist. It's not mine, it's Carol Tomlinson's, but you will have access to it. Pakita ko lang. Okay. So, may checklist na ganito. Kung teacher ka, tanungin mo to sa sarili mo. Okay? Kung gusto mo mag-differentiate, I am clear on what I want my students to know. Siyempre, unang-una yun, no? Kasi, sa dami-dami ng dapat malaman. Dapat maliwanag sa teacher, ito yung need to know, nice to know, and would be good to know if I had the time and the resource. Okay? So, saan kayo magpo-focus? Always dun sa need to know, yung requirement ng standard, no? In deciding content, I've thought about and selected. So, I will not go through all of this, but I want you to know there is this checklist. If you're running a teacher training program and you want to teach them how to differentiate, go over this checklist with them. I would imagine that you yourselves will try and differentiate activities in your learning module. Okay? Let's try and use this. Ito rin, options for differentiation. Don't attempt to copy this anymore because it's going to be part of your handout anyway. So, this simply tells you that to differentiate by instruction, you can have a number of options. Okay? So, if you want to differentiate by readiness, you can, for instance, vary level of difficulty of text and supplementary materials. Okay? This is the reason why the more progressive schools have in-classroom libraries. Okay? Students who finish the required text can go to other texts at their level. And those who don't even finish the required text are sometimes encouraged to read supplementary materials that are at their grade level. Because it is a fact that the students at their grade levels right now are not reading at their grade levels. Okay? So, for every type of approach, there is also a strategy that you can use. Okay? And this is what I meant when I said you can research all the different strategies. So, right now, it is adequate to say that if you want to differentiate by readiness, some of the useful instructional strategies have to do with tiered activities, tiered products, compacting, learning contracts, and so on and so forth. Okay? When you differentiate by interest, you give students interest-based monitoring, you give them a choice of tasks. You encourage application of broad concepts and principles to student interest areas. If you're just after reading comprehension, okay, boys will want to read about sports. So be sure, supplementary materials have sports as topics. What about girls? What? Fiction, lalo na romance, beauty tips, okay? So, the strategy that may be useful will be learning centers, enrichment clusters, choice boards, and so on and so forth. Okay? Learning profile is the preferred modality. Okay? So, some students want to work alone. Okay? Give them a chance to. Some students prefer to work in groups. Okay? So you have individual, you have a balance between group work and individual work. Okay? And the useful strategies have to do with all of those activities that fit a particular modality of learning. Okay? So, there are 4 classroom elements to differentiate. You can differentiate content. Oh, so what does content mean? What the students need to learn or how the students will get access to the information. In math grade 8, what do the students have to learn? Math grade 8. Only. And then within each of those disciplines are the core learnings, di ba? Process. Process is the how. These are activities in which the student engages in order to make sense or master the content. Sa process, is it only the teaching process? Or just the learning process? It's actually both. You differentiate input, okay, and strategies. And product is what? It's the output. It's what you use to finally assess whether they have learned what you said you wanted them to learn. Okay? So, let me just have a 1-minute break so that you can review your notes. Okay? And those of you who need to go to the bathroom, do so now. 1 to 2 minute break just to break a rather tedious presentation. 1 or 2 minutes, then